Love it or hate it, when it comes to flagships, Samsung's Galaxy S series are the devices to beat. Every manufacturer seems to have their own approach on how to take on Samsung. While Sony and HTC rush their devices to get as much as a head start as possible, LG's taken a different approach here. They've taken their own sweet time to get the G3 out. The reason? To outspec Samsung's flagship for 2014, the Galaxy S5. So does the G3 actually pack in enough to stand out in the crowd? Is it really worth the wait? Well, that's what we aim to find out in this video. So, if this is your first time here or in case you've plain old forgotten, my name's Ash and you're watching C4E Tech. Let's get started. As always, let's start with the built-in design. To the front, on top, we have the notification LED, 2.1 megapixel front-facing camera, sensors, and the earpiece. Lower below, we have the star of the show, the 5.5-inch 1440p display, and since the G3 opts for on-screen keys, we just have the LG logo at the bottom. It's also worth noting that the bezels are insanely thin, and one of the reasons for that is the lack of any keys to the sides. Just like with the G2, we have the volume rockers and the power button to the back. Above that, we have an optically stabilized 13 megapixel camera with a dual-tone dual LED flash and laser autofocus face detection sensor on either side. At the bottom, we again have the LG branding and a single speaker. Down below, we have a microSD port, primary microphone, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. Like I said earlier, nothing to the sides, and on top, we have an IR port and a secondary noise cancelling microphone. While the phone looks metallic, it's still made out of plastic. The back is user removable and houses the microSIM, microSD card slots, and a user replaceable 3000 mAh battery, the last two things being very welcome additions. It's also great that LG's built support for wireless charging into the back cover. The G3 is also pretty lightweight at just around 150 grams and is just 8.9mm thick. This helps with single-handed usage. While yes, it is storing a 5.5-inch display and reaching to the top left with one hand is not going to be easy unless you have large hands. But the overall smaller footprint means it is easier to use compared to other devices storing 5.5-inch displays like say the Oppo Find 7, the OnePlus One, Samsung's Galaxy Note 3 or even LG's own Optimus G Pro. Overall, the G3 seems well designed and well built. Now let's talk a little bit about one of the G3's biggest USPs, the 5.5-inch True HD IPS Plus LCD display. This is a 1440p display, more commonly known as a 2K display. That's 2560 pixels this way, 1440 pixels this way, giving it a pixel density of a whopping 534 pixels per inch. It's worth noting that the G3 is just the third device in the market to sport a 1440p display. In case you were wondering, the first two were the Vivo X-Play 3S and the Oppo Find 7, both of which we've reviewed here on C4E Tech. I'll leave links to those videos down below in the description in case you guys are interested. Anyway, coming back to the display on the G3, it looks good, is insanely sharp, and boasts of great viewing angles. It's also worth mentioning that the contrast isn't all that great. You'd notice the blacks not being real deep, especially if you're coming from a phone with an AMOLED display. The screen's also a tad too reflective, and that means despite being bright enough, visibility under direct sunlight is average. Anyway, that's nitpicking as we reviewers tend to notice more flaws than your average end user. The bottom line is this is a great display, and with LG's new redesigned UI, you will notice the extra detail. Now let's move on to the battery. Battery life is generally what gets affected the most when the resolution increases, but I'm happy to say that this isn't the case with the G3. We had no issues getting through a day on a single charge, even with moderate to heavy usage. To put that into numbers, on a looping video playback test, the G3 lasted a little over 10 hours before running out of juice. Good stuff from LG. Another area that could possibly get affected is performance. The LG G3 is powered by a Snapdragon 801 chipset. This houses 4 Krait 400 cores clocked at 2.5 GHz each, coupled with an overclocked Adreno 330 GPU and 2 GB of RAM on the 16 GB variant, 3 GB on the 32 GB variant. The G3 used in this video, by the way, is the 32 GB variant. As you can see, while the G3 doesn't perform as well as say the Galaxy S5 in benchmarks, it still performs real well. The 1440p display doesn't seem to bog it down a lot, at least not enough to affect any real day-to-day usage. Even with intensive tasks like gaming, the G3 held its own, running anything we threw at it with ease. No frames dropped, no lag. The audio quality via the speakers was also great. While not the loudest, it is very crisp and clear.
was trickiness involved, but the thief dropped my gold like breadcrumbs through the...
Audio via the included earphones is also similarly exceptional. Now moving on to the camera, the 13 megapixel rear camera can shoot some great pictures. Crisp, sharp, minimum noise, tons of detail. It nails color reproduction and exposure as well. Low light images are pretty decent thanks to optical image stabilization, and the laser autofocus works as well as advertised, finding focus real quick. The G3 also shoots 4K video, and again the quality is pretty good. The great hardware is backed up by a solid UI here. LG has kept the interface clean and minimalistic. Even the advanced options are sorted well and are easy to access. This is a huge step in the right direction for LG given the cluttered interfaces of the past. Overall, the camera on the G3 is very good and very user-friendly. A great experience. Now we get to the software. The LG G3 runs on Android 4.4 KitKat with LG's own custom Optimus UI on top. The UI has received an overhaul. There's a lot of fine detail here that really enhances the 1440p display. Not only does it look good, but it also offers a lot of functionality. LG's thrown in quite a few features here. For example, we have knock on or tap to wake, then the knock code, a preset knock pattern for security. You can also double tap an empty area on the home screen or the navigation bar to turn off the display. Helps a lot with single-handed usage. You can even choose how the on-screen navigation keys look and even add or remove keys. To the left of the home screen we find Smart Bulletin. This is similar to HTC's Blink Feed or Samsung's Magazine. And here's where you can access LG Health, LG's fitness app. You can pinch to preview all home screens and even flick to get rid of all the icons and just show off your 2K wallpaper. Pulling down the notification bar gets you a lot of options. Quick settings, brightness and volume sliders. Kinda looks a little cluttered at start, but thankfully LG does let you choose what you want displayed. You can also access the Q-Slide apps from here. Q-Slide apps are apps that float on screen, and LG also provides an option to adjust transparency. Really helps with multitasking. Talking about multitasking, we also have a dual window mode. This is similar to Samsung's multi-window mode, letting you run two apps side by side. Like I said, LG's thrown in a lot of features, but that isn't unique. Samsung does that with the Galaxy S5 as well. What makes it special here with the G3 is that despite all these features thrown in and the 1440p display, the G3 still remains snappy. Everything's fast and smooth, apps open up quick, multitasking's great, no issues jumping in and out of apps. The G3 handles it all with ease. No stutter, no lag, kudos to LG here. Now we get to the price. The G3 in most countries is priced about $100 higher than the Galaxy S5 right now. So does the LG G3 warrant this higher price tag? Unfortunately, there isn't a clear answer here. I'd have to say yes and no. Let me explain. If you were in the market today to pick up a flagship phone, I would recommend the G3 to you without any hesitation. But the issue is that other manufacturers have already released their flagships a few months back, so a good chunk of buyers already own a device with Snapdragon 801 underneath. The G3, as good as it is, just doesn't pack enough for anyone with, say, a Galaxy S5, a Find 7, an M8 or a Z2 to upgrade from. And add to that, it doesn't really help that LG is already working on a G3 with Snapdragon 805 underneath and possibly another with a stylus packed in. This means even the most ardent of LG's fans might think twice before getting a G3. Again, this is not a knock at the G3. It is a stellar device, no doubt about it. It's just that LG's timing couldn't have been worse. So anyway, that's just me. What do you guys think? If you own a 2014 flagship, would you upgrade to the G3, especially knowing that the G3 with Snapdragon 805 and or a stylus is on its way? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you do want to pick up a LG G3, international buyers can do so from Amazon.com. I'll leave a direct link down below in the description. And if you are from India, the LG G3 is available from a range of retailers. Before you buy it, you could sign up with GoPaisa.com. GoPaisa is India's highest paying cashback site that helps you get the best deals, be it cashback or coupons. Just sign up with GoPaisa.com and find the store you want. They have a huge list of over 300 stores including Flipkart, Snapdeal and eBay. Head on over to the site, shop, the retailer provides GoPaisa commission and GoPaisa provides you cashback. You can use this cashback to recharge your phone or your DTH or just transfer it to your bank. Anyway, I'll leave a link to GoPaisa.com in the description below, and since they are sponsoring this video, do let them know we sent you by signing up at the URL www.gopaisa.com/ref/c4etech. So with that, I guess we get to the end of this review. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, please do give this video a thumbs up, and for more videos like these, please do stay subscribed. If you do have any video requests for me or any kind of feedback on the video, please let us know. You can hit us up on Facebook, Twitter or Google+. The direct links to all our social networks can be found right below the like button in the description. So once again, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Till next time, this is Dash here from C4D Tech signing off. You guys have a great day. Bye bye now.